Good evening, everyone, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm extremely proud and honored to stand here with you in the middle of this great city, Berlin, in the center of Europe. I'm thrilled, actually, to participate in this meaningful gathering, commemorating the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, and to have been given an opportunity to address this audience and share my views on the theme of this year, A World Without Walls. A theme that should be high on the agenda of every country, every moment of every year. With a history of nearly 1,000 years, Berlin has set itself apart from any other city in any other place. You've known war and peace. You've seen empires rise and fall. You've led revolutions in the arts and science, in politics, and in the arts. And through it all, the people of Berlin have insisted on pursuing their own path and defining their own destiny. And this city stands as a living monument to your unconquerable spirit. We are here today because of the courage of those who stood up and took risks to say that freedom is a right of all people, no matter what side of a wall they live on, and no matter what they look like. Because ordinary people believed that divisions could be bridged, even when leaders did not. They believed that walls could come down and that peace could prevail. May we never forget those who sacrificed their lives for our freedom. We share this common history with the past generations, but our generation cannot stand still. While the world has become more interconnected, it has not become less divided. We see events more faster than our ability to control them: a global economy in crisis, a changing climate, the persistent dangers of old conflicts, hunger, and extreme poverty, and new threats affecting mostly those who are already vulnerable and underprivileged. As many of you have said before in few days that you've all been here, better than I could ever say. Just as we stood for freedom in the 20th century, we must stand together for the rights of people everywhere to live free from fear in the 21st century. The aspiration for peace is universal among all people, and every human being should have a right to live in a peaceful environment. The world has made great progress in this respect, but much remains to be done. Because even as we celebrate our restored possibilities, there is an urgent need to ensure that the lessons of the past are learned and that the errors or variations of them are not repeated. For there may not be endless opportunities for our planet, which now, for different reasons, remains endangered. The tasks ahead require the energy and attention of all, as each actor has, in a balanced scheme of things, a role and a responsibility. Governments, the United Nations, the non-governmental organizations, civil society organizations, academic institutions, parliamentarians, business and professional communities. The media and the public at large must all be involved. Peace is a long road that we must travel together step by step, because human destiny is what we make of it. We are in Berlin today to honor our past by reaching for a better future. So let's bridge our divisions, build upon our hopes, accept our responsibility to leave this world to our children more peaceful than we found it. I take pride in being here today because our being together in this initiative forms a powerful statement that the nations of the world can unite in peace and friendship. I and you are convinced that peace is not only possible, it is the most urgent need of our times. As human beings, it is natural that we aim to provide our own children with full and satisfying lives. As citizens of the world, we should have an additional commitment. We need to endeavor to provide full and satisfying lives for the future generations. Natural resources should be used for the benefit of society, not to finance wars. Children should be in school, not recruited as soldiers. And national budgets should focus on people's needs, not deadly weapons. We need to pledge to teach our children the value of tolerance and mutual respect. We need to teach them that the cycle of attack and revenge provocation and recrimination gets us nowhere. It destroys when our duty is to build. In these global times, we need a message of tolerance, dialogue, cooperation, and harmony to resonate across the world. So, I am a woman, a mother, and I am also an artist. 3 challenges that I share with many of you. As a woman, I raise my voice against discrimination, against child labor, against forcing young girls into marriage and worse, prostitution. As Nobel Peace Laureate Malala said so eloquently, children have a right to play, they have a right to education, they have a right to sing, to talk, to go to the market, they have the right to speak up. As a parent, I feel compelled to try to teach my child what I've learned, that peace and justice require constant vigilance and commitment. I believe that education and knowledge are the basics. What we don't know scares us, and fear brings along frustration and resentment, and sometimes even violence. If we do not know the other, this other becomes the enemy. So let us spread the knowledge of different cultures, religions, traditions, habits, languages and culture, and music. As an artist, I have been privileged to travel to many countries over my many years of public service, and I am convinced that the popularity of music transcends all barriers, as it has the amazing power to spontaneously unite people as one in solidarity. Music has the power to bring together individuals regardless of age, race, class, religion, ability, sexual orientation, or gender identity. There is just something magical about it that brings up emotions and connects people together. It becomes an example of how the world should be. Getting out there and trying your hardest, making yourself vulnerable and feeling the support of millions all over the world, it's actually very inspiring. So, as conclusion, I'm convinced that human solidarity is stronger than any weapon. As President Oscar Arias Sanchez, Nobel Peace Laureate, wisely said, peace has no boundaries, no limits of time, nor is it changeable in the definition of its goals. Peace cannot be achieved through violence. It can only be attained through understanding. So let us recognize that it is up to each and every one of us to foster a culture of peace built on dialogue, understanding, mutual respect, and the peaceful resolution of differences and disputes. There's still much distance to travel, but we can get there day by day, starting here, today, and now. And as I come from the world of music, allow me to conclude with a quote by John Lennon. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us and the world will live as one. Thank you. Vielen, vielen Dank.